One of the best parts of my previous life was that I had the honor of running a large animal sanctuary. The sanctuary was home to as many as 100 animals at any one time. 25 horses, 23 dogs, 9 pot-bellied pigs, goats and sheep and ducks and geese. And we had a cow, Ferdy, a male steer, and literally he was 6'1" at the back. He was enormous, but he was like an Eeyore. He was kind of this big, goofy thing. Well, our neighbors next door were the Stovall's, Ron and Marianne and their daughter Jessica. And they were fantastic people, and they allowed us, as the sanctuary grew, to put animals on their property. So we put horses over there, and there we also put big, goofy Ferdy. Well, one night, 3 o'clock in the morning, the phone rings. Now, a 3 a.m. call is not a, hey, how you doing? Just wanted to check in. I think most of us have gotten one of those 3 a.m. calls, and it's always because somebody needs something. I'm hurt. I need you. Come quickly. Something's wrong. So I pick up the phone. Hello? It's Jessica next door. Woody, Ferdy's looking in my window. Oh my God, I am so sorry. I'll be right over. Now, truth is, I laid there for just a moment. And to be 100% honest, to give another admission was, the thought occurred to me, Jessica, come on now, it's Ferdy. You know Ferdy's never gonna hurt you. I know he's looking in your window, but can't we handle this in the morning? But the truth is that things peer into other people's souls. Things that from the outside we may think, well, gosh, why are you afraid of that? That's silly. That's stupid. That makes no sense. But people are afraid, and it's not my job to decide what does or doesn't scare Jessica. So the great thing about Ferdy was, with a bucket of sweet grain, rolled oats and molasses, I could fly him around like a drone. So I finally got out of bed, grabbed the bucket, ran to the barn, filled it up with sweet grain, ran next door and said, Ferdy! All I had to do was show him the bucket. And he went back. I put this thing back where it belongs. There was nothing to fix. Nothing was broken. I was just helping my neighbor move this thing that scared her and put it back where it belongs. Now, as it worked out, Ferdy was like a Houdini. And no matter how I tried to fix the gate, he kept getting out. It didn't happen every day, but it happened pretty consistently. And it was always about 3 o'clock in the morning, and the phone would ring and say, Woody, Ferdy's looking in my window. And again, I had the same thought, like, why are you afraid? Come on, sweet sister, you don't need to be afraid of this. And then I would get right and realize it's not my job to decide what scares you and what doesn't. Go grab the bucket and just do it. Well, this goes on for a while, and then one morning I wake up, I get dressed, and I go out to start my chores and kind of stretching and yawning, and I look next door, and oh my God, Ferdy is standing in the front yard with Jessica. And I ran over and I said, oh my God, I am so sorry. Why didn't you call? And Jessica looked at me and said, because I wasn't afraid. And I watched her take the bucket of sweet grain and move Ferdy back where he belonged. So I believe we are all handy. We all have the ability to rise from the ashes. We all have the ability to create a life that we can be proud of, no matter how long it takes. And we can do this because we all have access to the tools that we need. Compassion and kindness and patience and understanding and love, and we have that tool belt. But we need to remember we don't have to do this alone. That God has put people in our lives to be in partnership. Some we know well, some that we've just met, some we've known for a long time. But we can do this in unison. We can take care of the whole of who we are, our body, our mind, and our spirit. We can create a house united. But here's the best news, is those same tools, compassion and kindness and patience and understanding and love, those same tools that we use to work on ourselves, if we mix those together, that becomes the sweet grain. So when someone has the wherewithal to pick up the phone and say, I need you, we can respond because we're fully capable, because we're fully human. And knowing that there's nothing to fix, nothing's broken. Our job is just to show up with a bucket of sweet grain. The world needs what we know. There are people out there that are suffering. There are people out there that are enduring a plague of disconnection, and we hold the key and the answer in our hand. So my only request is, as we leave this sacred space tonight, in this time of being together, that we put on our tool belt and we grab our bucket and we fill it up with sweet stuff and go out and change the world. Thank you.